Hello everyone, myself Tanvi Patel, working as Assistant Professor in Computer Engineering Department in Mahatma Gandhi Institute of Technical Education and Research Center, Navsari. Subject is Computer Network and Unity's Application Layer. Today our outline is Web and HTTP. So what is HTTP? HTTP stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol. It is a protocol used to access the data on the World Wide Web. Means the data which you access through internet, that is being done through HTTP, that is Hypertext Transfer Protocol. The HTTP protocol can be used to transfer the data in the form of plain text, hypertext, audio, video and so on. Means the data you transfer from the internet or what you download from the internet can be plain text, can be hypertext, it can be audio, video, anything which you download from the internet through HTTP protocol. This protocol is known as Hypertext Transfer Protocol because of its efficiency that allows us to use in a hypertext environment where there are rapid jumps from one document to another documents. Means it gives efficiency very much, so its name is Hypertext Transfer Protocol. HTTP is similar to FTP, that is File Transfer Protocol, as it also transfers the files from one host to another host. FTP and HTTP works as same, means it transfers file from one host to another host, but HTTP is simpler than FTP, as HTTP uses only one connection, that is no control connection to transfer the files. It uses one connection only. Once it is oriented, then it transfers files to the another end. HTTP is used to carry the data in the form of MIME like format. HTTP is similar to SMTP as the data is transferred between client and server. Means the data is transferred between one end to the another end, between the client and the server. The HTTP differs from the SMTP in the way the messages are sent from the client to the server and from server to the client. Means the message transfer process is being different on the both side, means the client to the server also and the server to the client also. SMTP messages are stored and forwarded while HTTP messages are delivered immediately. Means SMTP messages are stored first and then are forwarded, while HTTP messages are immediately delivered. Now the features of HTTP. First is connectionless protocol. HTTP is a connectionless protocol. HTTP client initiates a request and waits for a response from the server. Where the server receives the request, the server processes the request and sends back the response to the HTTP client, after which the client disconnects the connection. The connection between client and server exists only during the current request and response time only. Next is media independent. HTTP protocol is a media independent as data can be sent as long as both the client and server know how to handle the data content. It is required for both the client and server to specify the content type in MIME type header. Next is stateless. HTTP is a stateless protocol as both the client and server know each other only during the current request. Due to this nature of the protocol, both the client and server do not retain the information between various requests of the web pages. Now next is HTTP transactions. How the transaction process is being done in HTTP. Here the figure above shows the transaction between the client and the server. The client initiates a transaction by sending a request message to the server, means it sends the request to the server and the server replies back, giving back the request response by sending a request response to the client. HTTP messages. HTTP messages are of two types, that is request and response. Both these messages type follow the same message format. First is request message. The request message is sent by the client that consists of a request line, header and sometimes a body. Body is an optional part. A client starts a HTTP session by establishing a TCP connection to the server and sending a request message. Here the figure shows the request message format of the HTTP. Request message format, request line. It is called a request line and contains a method, request URL and the version. Method, the type of action that the client wants the server to take. Next is request URL, that is Uniform Resource Identifier, and the third one is HTTP version. Now next is message header. This section contains different types of header, that is general header, request header and entity header. In general header, they are about the message itself and are not specified to request or response. Next is request header. It contains details about the request itself, and in entity header, they describe the entity contained in the body of the request. Next is response message. In response message, it is sent by the server to the client that consists of a status line, header and sometimes a body, that is optional part. It is a message format that is based on the generic message format but specific to the needs of responses. Response message format. First is status line, in which HTTP version, status code, reason phrases is being defined. Next is headers, that is general header, response header and the entity header, same as the request. Now the next is URL. It stands for Uniform Resource Locator. A client that wants to access the document in an internet needs an address and facilitate the access of document. The HTTP uses the concept of URL, that is Uniform Resource Locator. The URL is a standard way of specifying any kind of information on the internet. The URL defines four parts, that is method, host computer, port and the path. First is method. The method is the protocol used to retrieve the document from the server, for example HTTP. Next is host. The host is the computer where the information is stored and the computer is giving an name. Web pages are mainly stored in the computers and the computers are given a name that begins with the character www. Next is port. The URL can also contain the port number of the server, but it's an optional field. If the port number is included, then it must come between the host and path and it should be separated by the host name. Last is path. Path is the path name of the file where the information is stored. The path itself contains slash that separates the directories from the subdirectories and the files. Thank you.